We're about to start the second days of Yontif. We had 2 days of Yontif in the beginning of Pesach in Eretz Yisrael. In Israel, they had 1 day. And now we have another 2 days. In Israel also, they only have one more day. But the question is, what are we celebrating? The fact that we left Mitzrayim, the fact that we left Egypt, we celebrated that. The main part of that holiday was 7 days ago, was the beginning of Yontif. Why have an extra day of Yontif? Why have another day of Yontif now at the end of Pesach? So historically, we know that what happened on this day was that this is the day that Hashem split the Yam Suf. Hashem split the Red Sea, and the Jewish people were able to travel through. It was a tremendous, tremendous miracle. However, it still requires further explanation, because there were many miracles that happened to the Jewish people after they left Mitzrayim. There were many times that they were saved. They were saved from Amalek. They were saved from death through starvation or thirst with the man and with the be'er, with the well that they got. So what was so special about Kriyas Yansov? What was so special about the splitting of the Red Sea that the Torah wanted us to celebrate an entire another day or 2 days here outside the land of Israel of Yontif? What's the highlight? What are we supposed to be focusing on? So there's a very, very famous medrash about Kriyas Yamsuf, about the splitting of the Red Sea. That when the Jewish people traveled through the sea, the ground wasn't muddy like you would expect the bottom of a body of water to be. And the water, when it stood up on high, when the Jewish people were hungry or thirsty, they would reach inside to the water and they would take food and take drink, and everything was very beautiful and everything was very comfortable for the Jewish people. Now, what was the point of that? What was the point of making everything so comfortable? Just the fact that they were saved, shouldn't that be enough? But the answer is that Hashem wanted to show them, I'm not just going to save you. I'm not just going to make you run through muddy waters. They would have been happy to run through muddy waters to save their lives. But Hashem said, no, not only am I going to save you, I want to do it in the best, most comfortable, most enjoyable way. Because I love you, because I appreciate you. Imagine you went into someone's house, you were a guest in somebody's house, and you walked in and they immediately sat you down in the most comfortable chair, and they brought you food, they brought you drink, they asked you, could you get you anything? Do you want a book to read? Do you want to do something? And they were just there at your beck and call. What could we do for you? You would feel a tremendous amount of love and appreciation. These people really must love me. They really must want to show their affection, because look at everything they're giving me. Besides the fact that they invited me into their house, now they're just trying to do everything to make it more comfortable. And that's exactly what Hashem was doing when he took us through the Yam Suf, when he took us through the Red Sea. He didn't just take us through. He said, I want it to be comfortable for you. I want it to be enjoyable for you. I want to show you that I love you and I appreciate you. There are commentaries that say that that's not every medrash is meant to be taken literally. Some medrashim are supposed to be more of a parable, supposed to be more setting the tone for what happened, but not necessarily is every detail given exactly as it happened. Some medrashim are meant to be taken literally, and other medrashim are more just meant to give you an idea of what it felt like to be there. So again, whether we take this medrash literally that there was actually food or drink, but either way, what that food and drink and comfortable setting would have shown to the Jewish people is that Hashem, not only has he saved your lives, but he loves you and he cares about you and he wants to do everything he could to make this experience and every experience you have the most enjoyable experience. So even if the medrash is not meant to be taken literally, still when the Jewish people were walking through the Red Sea, they felt that amazing love pouring out from Hashem. And I think that's what we're celebrating on this Yontif. We're celebrating the fact that not only did Hashem save us, not only did he take us to be his nation, not only did he choose us to be the chosen nation, but he loves us and he cares about us and he wants to help us and he wants to do things for us in every situation that we're in. And just like a person who loves somebody will only do what's best for that person, sometimes you have to do things for people that you love that's not the most pleasurable, but it's the best thing for those people. So too, everything that Hashem does for us, He's only doing it for our good. He's only doing it because that is what's best for us. And that's the lesson I think we need to learn from this Yontif. Hashem took the Jewish people out of Mitzrayim and He showed them how much He loved them and how much He cared about them. And that was going to serve as a powerful tool of survival for the Jewish people throughout the generations. No matter what was going on, no matter what persecution there was, no matter what war they had to be fighting, no matter what struggles and trials and tribulations they were going through, they would always remember that Hashem loved them and Hashem cared about them, and Hashem was doing what was best for them. They wouldn't always understand why, but Hashem was always doing what was best for them. And what an important lesson for us today. Hashem loves us. Hashem cares about us. Hashem only does what's best for us. We don't always know why this is what's best for us, but it is always best for us. How do we know? Because we know that Hashem loves us. We know that Hashem cares about us. We know that Hashem only wants to do what's best for us. So this Yontif, let's keep that in mind. Let's remember Hashem's love loves us, and Hashem wants to do only what's best for us. And even when we're going through difficult times, when we remember that will help us keep our amunah, will help us keep our faith in Hashem, and will help us go on and overcome any trial or tribulation that comes our way. Have a great, great Yontif.